This is Shannon Sharpe's own attorney backing the bus over him, throwing him on the ground, just backing a bus over his client. I don't get this. I don't understand it. I don't see how it happened. This Shannon Sharpe is going to be Lee Harvey Oswald. I'm just a patsy. I'm not saying that he didn't violate this young woman, but damn, with this type of lawyering, boy, this ain't Johnny Cochran. This ain't, if the glove don't fit, you must have quit. This is somebody coming into the courtroom like, dog, he did it, and we tried to pay $10 million to get this wench to shut up. Didn't happen. Let's play the clip. SOT 6.
Did you and Shannon offer to settle these accusations?
Yes, there was a settlement offer made by Mr. Sharpe. I will only generally say to you that it was in the tens of millions of dollars demanded by the plaintiff in return for her silence. That's under any definition commonly understood. That is blackmail. And Mr. Sharpe was willing to pay an amount in the tens of millions of dollars, but no final agreement could be reached. And we thought we were still in the middle of discussions when, without warning, the mediator, who's a retired judge, ourselves as lawyers, without any prior warning, still thinking that we were close to a final agreement, the plaintiff and her lawyer from Houston filed a case in Texas publicly accusing my client of lies and willful, harmful lies by using the rape word when it was she knows, 100% knows, and the evidence will show that she knew that this was entirely consensual. So we were of the belief on our side that we had an agreement without any warning. Not even the mediator, who is a retired judge, was given a warning out of courtesy. This case was filed and the public charges went throughout the media before we even knew that the discussions were over and the case had been filed.
Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear the same thing I just heard? The man started out, she was blackmailing us. That was blackmail. And we were willing to meet her blackmail demands. Shannon Sharpe was going to give her $10 million. And then without any warning, she says, nah, I'm file this $50 million suit. Screw the tens of millions of dollars. I want to take Shannon down. This woman don't care about the money. She's got dirt on Shannon Sharpe. He knows it's an impossible explanation. The woman was 19 when they met. The dude, he was 54. Yeah, look, this is a cautionary tale. You can make fun of me. You can not like me. You can think I'm jealous. You can think, oh, Jason, this doesn't like black men. No, there are a group of people out there, and it's a lot of y'all. Black people, white people, Jewish people, liberal people, conservative people. Jason, don't give black men good advice. Make sure they're all just as irresponsible, controlled by their smallest head like Shannon Sharpe, so we can continue to put puppet strings on them and use them whenever we need a useful idiot. I sit here and try to tell you, be careful. Don't fall for them big cans and peanut butter skin. I sit here and try to tell you, have a public life, a private life, and a personal life. I sit here and tell you, beware of these women. Quit running around trying to prove how super masculine you are by sleeping with all these different women. Quit trying to prove how black you are by going out and playing this ghetto character. Once you adopt that character to make money, now you're addicted to that character. And so y'all can get mad at me all you want for trying to give black men the advice, and just men in general, the advice they need to survive this feminist, matriarchal, wicked world that has been constructed here in America and globally. Shannon Sharpe is in a lot of trouble.
Hey, I had horrible experiences buying and selling my home, so we built Real Estate Agents I Trust so you could avoid the same frustration that I had. I don't know how to interview an agent, a real estate agent. Our agents share your sensibilities. You'll like them. They'll actually get the job done, and you'll become friends, really. If you're moving across town or across the country, visit realestateagentsitrust.com. The name says it all, realestateagentsitrust.com.
I was trying to give Shannon Sharpe a warning. I was trying to give his fans a warning. I was trying to give y'all the clues to understand this idol that you put on this pedestal. Unk. And he's, Club Shay Shay. And Jason, you just don't like him because he's black. I'm like, no, you don't know him. I do know him. I know what transpired at Fox Sports. You're going to get embarrassed. And if he doesn't humble himself, repent, submit, he's going to get embarrassed. And I tried to warn y'all. And no one wanted to hear it. And so I circled back. We found this clip, and when we dig back, we can find the clip from a year ago with Charlie Dixon. But I circled back in January when the Joy Taylor thing popped off. This is in January. And I was like, hey, be careful here. Be careful here, Shay Shay. Humble yourself. You could get yourself in a lot of trouble because you have an amazing HR file. There was an HR file at CBS Sports. There was an HR file at Fox Sports. I want to play you SOT number 9. This is just a reminder of me trying to warn you of what was going to transpire. You've heard me allude to Shannon Sharpe's not anywhere in this lawsuit. But trust me, they got an HR file on Shannon Sharpe that would make your head spin. The things that Shannon Sharpe did at FS1 make Joy Taylor look like Mother Teresa. But I'll leave it there because I don't want people to think I'm just unfairly going after Shannon Sharpe, although at some point I'm going to transition to why I think Shannon Sharpe is the person pulling the strings on all of this. So that was in January, me talking about the Joy Taylor, New Scene, Fargy lawsuit, Skip Bayless offered $1 million to getting some makeup artist panties, all of that. The allegation, who was it? She made allegations against Joy Taylor and Skip Bayless, and that was me then using that to remind everyone that I felt like Shannon Sharpe was striking revenge against Skip Bayless, because he's still upset about that, and striking revenge against Charlie Dixon, the executive, because he was still upset about that. And I was saying, they got dirt on you too, bro. And my expectations are what I was told last night is at some point this morning, some point in the next 24 hours, there'll be additional reporting about issues that had to be settled at Fox Sports related to Shannon Sharpe. I lived this. I was there in 2018, 2019, 2020 when this all was going on and all being talked about. And what I said was, hey, this lawsuit from this different woman who never worked at Fox Sports, man, they sound eerily familiar to things that were being discussed and talked about in 2018 and 19. I've been trying to put y'all ahead of the conversation. And I'm not dancing on Shannon Sharpe's grave. I'm really not. Because part of me feels sorry for Shannon Sharpe. These athletes, many of them, they have arrested development. They've made so much money at a young age for their athletic talent. And it's not, Shannon Sharpe had to work very hard to have the Hall of Fame NFL career that he had. But most of these guys, and even Shannon Sharpe, these are God-given gifts. These aren't the hardest work. Now, maybe when they get to the NFL, they have to work hard because they're competing against their peers. But when it comes to junior high, high school football, college football, they're generally speaking not the hardest workers. They're the most talented. And it almost doesn't matter what level of work they put into it because they're so abundantly talented that it doesn't matter. And then they get millions of dollars lumped on them and they think, well, I've done everything right. And then they've been worshiped their whole life because they're pro athletes. And they think I can do no wrong. And I'm a god. And I can have whatever I want. And people cater to my every whim. And if I want to rear end a 19-year-old girl that I met at a gym at 54, I get to rear end her. That's what we do. Don't miss a second of Fearless. Hit that like button and subscribe to keep up with our latest content.